Hey, what's going on, gentlemen? It is time once again for another scent of the day. New day, new scent. You know the drill by now. So let's talk. What did we do today? So today, Tom Ford for Men Extreme. Let's dig into this guy. Yeah, he's a good one. So Tom Ford for Men Extreme was released 2007. This particular bottle is batch A16, so that's from January of 2016. So had him for a little while. So why this one? So I've been doing the Tom Ford line all week, all of the various fragrances I own from Tom Ford, and today was a lot of in-person meetings, and this is a great scent for that. There's also a fairly cold day today, so it worked out really well. Good choice for that. Let's talk image and vibe. What do I get out of this one? This one is kind of a man that he projects a quiet authority, and it comes from like a deep knowledge and experience, right? He's confident, he's subtle, he's subtle, he's self-assured. I mean, he's very confident in himself, is what I get out of this one. Great scent, as I said, for business. Let's talk about performance. How does he last? So on this particular bottle, I get 12 plus hours on my skin. I'll say in all of the bottles I do for this particular one, but let's dig into that. So I get 12 plus hours when I first spray it. I get kind of it opens with a slightly sweetened oily fruit and citrus, right, with some darkness underneath. So it's got that kind of a very interesting oily fruit note, which I found to be pretty interesting. But that quickly goes away. That only lasts about 30 minutes on my skin. And then that oiliness kind of goes away. It becomes an earthy, woody, slightly floral and fruity, but the darkness remains, and that becomes kind of a smoky leather base underneath. And that is a delicious scent. And that it goes about 8 hours on my skin, and it starts out as kind of arm's length and gradually comes down to about 3 feet. You get beyond those 8 hours, you're in the dark dry down in the base of this guy. And it dries into kind of a warm, slightly sweet, slightly smoky, earthy, and herbal wood. Good way to look at him. Now that's past that 8 plus hour mark, and it's about 1 foot and then kind of goes down to skin scent. And that will last, the rest of the day. I say 12 plus hours. This particular part of it, I'll smell it on my skin in the morning. So very good projection on that. So let's talk about batch variations, which is why I said this bottle. So this bottle I said was A16, and it's from January of 2016. This bottle is batch B20. He's from February of 2010. So the scents are the same. This one's a little more beat up, obviously. The scents are the same. However, this one, I don't get as much oily as I do in this guy. And this one seems to project a little bit more than what he does. So they're basically the same scent. And if you don't have them side by side, you probably wouldn't know the difference. But if you test them side by side, you can tell the difference. So at some point, I'll do like batch variations videos. That's probably a good idea. I thought I would point that out, is to understanding the batch that you're talking about, because there may be variations in different batches. So let's jump into the notes of this guy. So let's continue down our normal train here. What notes do I get out of this one? This one is really interesting because to my nose, I get fig, I get trifle, I get cardamom, I get leather, I get incense, I get woody notes, herbal notes, I get vetiver, I get vanilla, I get amber, and I get patchouli. And that is a lot more notes than what Fragrantica has listed, but that's what comes across to my nose. I'm not as able to break out some of the herbal and the woody. I think I have an idea, but I'm not really sure, so I just leave them as woody notes and herbal notes. So what can I compare this one to? Nothing I have tried so far. If you know of one that is very similar to this, leave it in the comment below. I'd love to hear about it. There are a couple out there that I've tried that were okay, but they're nowhere near as good as this, to my nose. So I'd love to hear some feedback on that one. So is this one still in the market? Unfortunately, no. This one should never have been discontinued, but it was. Unfortunately, it's very hard to find. Compliments in this guy, yes. I have received several compliments over the years from girls and guys, coworkers, friends. I've got random compliments on this one. This is a pretty good compliment getter. So where can I wear this? I would say pretty much anywhere, right? I would say it shines more in a formal or a business setting, which is one of the reasons why I wore it today. So from an attire perspective, the formal fits right in, right? Upscale casual, all the way up to a tux. It'll work great. I don't see him in kind of, jeans and a Ready t-shirt. I just don't. So this one is a little more upscale to my nose. Who's it for? Very much a masculine scent, 100% masculine. I would say it leans a lot more mature. So younger guy may or may not like this one, but definitely leans mature and is very much a masculine scent. So bottom line on this guy, this is a fantastic masculine scent that should never have been discontinued, period. But unfortunately, here we are. So if you're a mature man and you can find this, you should try a sample of this. Every mature man should try this one, my opinion. So let me know, gentlemen, do you own this? What do you get out of it? I had a lot more notes to my nose than what I see in Fragrantica. I'd love to hear what you guys get. Does it match kind of what you smell out of it? So leave me a comment below and let me know. Please remember to like and subscribe for future content. Until next time, take care, guys.